Well, it is time to connect with Cook, and to do that, this time we travel to Arizona to find out about the power of now. To say good morning to Dr. Heather Cook. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be with you via Zoom, at least.
Yeah, I said you've got some real daytime dedication because you are just coming off of a family vacation, kind of wrapping things up, I understand.
Sure, we're on our last day in Arizona, and we literally are at the hotel next to the airport. And I wanted to be outside with this beautiful landscape to show you all, except there's planes flying over my head about every 30 seconds. So in the car I am. So here we are.
I love it. Super fun. Well, safe travels on your way back to the Tri-Cities today. We're talking about the power of now, and I guess you kind of took that step when you went ahead and scheduled your family vacation. And I love that we are getting things done instead of procrastinating.
Absolutely. You know, we talk all this time about small starts, or if we can just get started. And I feel like, you know, we always talk about this in December about what's going to happen in January. And for some reason, our brains are just wired to think the beginning of the year. But why does it have to be at the beginning of the year? There may be things that happen in your life or your environment may change abruptly, and like, okay, now is the time to change. I don't have to wait to the beginning of the year or the beginning of the month, or hey, we're in the end of June, maybe we're fiscal year people and we need to start July 1. And so I think we kind of break that mindset of it has to be this start at a time where everyone wants to start something. I think it can be a time where you need to start something for yourself, and it doesn't matter what day that is.
Yeah, I think sometimes we might use that as an excuse that, you know, I'm just not quite ready. I need to prepare myself. There's a lot of preparation, you know, that can go into that initial start. You want to get your ducks in a row.
Yes, it's very easy to say all this planning that must be required before we can move forward. And I think that what happens, that's the most painful method once your consequences exceed your behavior. So, for example, you know you need to be more active or maybe lose a little bit of weight to feel better, but we wait until that painful moment at the doctor's office where they give you that really yucky report and say you've got to change something before we do it. And think of all that pain and suffering we might have avoided if we had started earlier, just taken those little bite sizes that we've talked about many times to then say, oh, that builds momentum, it builds your confidence, and you don't have to wait for that painful moment where your consequences have exceeded your behavior.
Yeah, and I think, too, sometimes that light at the end of the tunnel, it's like once we're in there, then we feel like we've really got to get moving. But to actually just take those first few steps, whether it's something small or something much larger, it just does make you feel good once you've, you know, gone through that state of mind that I'm really going to do this.
Well, the big task, the big resolution, or the big goal that we set for ourselves is daunting. And so what are those little milestones along the way that you can set for yourself? So again, it builds that confidence and builds that momentum for you. So if you're wanting to, I keep using the weight thing because that's kind of my cyclical thing that I try for myself. If you want to get in shape, then instead of saying, okay, I'm going to run a marathon, you know, maybe today I take the stairs at the office instead of the elevator. And look, what are those things that you can have those little mini wins? And you can start anytime and don't have to wait for, you know, the next marathon to sign up for, or some training program, or you have to invest money or money in things. And, you know, sometimes that's daunting for people to make those big steps. And so what are those little things you can do? And you can start now. And the power of now is what builds that momentum.
Yeah, it sounds like it's all just kind of a state of mind, like what's in our head. Sometimes it's just good to kind of get out of our own head.
We are very in our own heads. And I also think that something that happens is we try to mirror what someone else is doing, and maybe their path to the same end goal doesn't look the same. And if we kind of say, okay, well, they did it this way, I'm going to do it that way, but that's not really the best path for me, then I'm not going to be successful. And I see that all the time, you know, people trying to make their Instagram feeds or things, you know, look better than they are. And so then we're trying to say, okay, I want to do it like that. That looks so happy and healthy and fun, and it's probably not. And I think that you're right about the mindset. You know, we have to really dig deep and like, what is going to work for us? And this applies to everything. It applies to your daily life. It applies to your work. It applies to your family and your relationships. It really applies to everything about that power of now. Because, you know, there's something probably lingering in the back of your head. Like, I know I need to tackle this. I know that I need to work on this relationship, or I need to work on this work project, or I need to work on a host of things for yourself. I mean, I think those are pretty easy. If someone said, okay, what do you need to work on? Those probably come to you quickly. But they are also the lingering things in your life. And it's just like, okay, maybe tomorrow's the day. Why do we have to wait?
Maybe now. Now is the time. All right, Dr. Cook, great to chat with you. Thank you so much. Safe travels on your way home.
Thank you.
All right, love that dedication. If you would like to connect with Cook, you can always check out the website, connectwithcook.com. You can also find her on Facebook and Instagram as well.